Why do I talk about the pet lure when I talk about dog culture? So, the pet lure is used by child predators, and they don't talk about it very much because, well, why do you guys think? I can tell you the first clue is the fact that they call it pet lure and not dog lure. They mention puppy later on. But these people use dogs, and I'll put some videos in the description if you want to look at that more. But the reason that the pet lure is such a interesting topic for me is because of something else that happens in our society all the time, and I'll show you that in a minute. One of the reasons that I used a pet lure is because as I was looking up Utah, sorry about that, I watched these videos from the Utah Attorney General, and if you turn on the closed captioning in these videos or turn on the transcript, the Attorney General's office mentions that these people that are doing this stuff to kids, they are also doing bestiality. They're making the kids and the dogs do stuff, and they're getting it on video. And of course, they're not going to tell you because they don't want to make dogs look bad. But Utah is also a dog loving state. Salt Lake City is actually called Bark Lake City. I'll put a video about that in the description. But Bark Lake City has more dogs living in houses than it has children. So they house dogs more than kids, and they don't build playgrounds in that city. They even said in an article that they're not going to build playgrounds because there's so many dogs and not enough kids to justify it. So now let's go to the reason that I go out of my way to look at this pet lure thing. Okay, here is a common video all over the internet and YouTube. So we have an adult right here, a teenager there maybe, another adult, that looks like granddad. We have two kids on the couch right here. We have one dog, two dogs, three, maybe four dogs, two more adults in the kitchen. So let's just have a look at what happens here. Okay, first off, this dog runs over here, making these two kids feel insecure, while the adults do absolutely nothing. So you can see the woman is just petting a dog. So boom, right there, this black dog tries to hump the kid. We can't tell if it's a boy or girl. The kid has a hoodie on and is crouched over, hiding from the dog. So all of these adults, this dude right here, this supposed to be the dad? They're laughing. They're laughing as this kid tries to get away from a dog that is sexually assaulting the little kid. The adults are sitting here laughing. These two little kids are seeing what's happening. They're learning learned helplessness. They're learning that the adults just won't stick up for them. The kid is over here like, get this dog off me, and everybody's over here staring at their phones. The adults are in here like, hee hee ha ha, look at the dog humping my kid. He says, don't let that dog do that to you. You're the adult. That's just a little kid that looks like the dog outweighs the little kid. No, you should not let that dog do that to your kid. This is how adults act. Millions and millions of adults all over our country act this way. Oh, the dog is humping you. The dog is dragging you across the floor. The kid goes from here to here trying to get away. And who knows how long this was going on. It was probably going on all night while these people sit on their ASSESs staring at their phones. Look at this guy. And this kid that's getting humped by the dog, he's learning that the adults don't care. These kids are learning that the adults don't care. What happens when they run into a pedophile or a child trafficker that has a couple of these dogs? And it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Humping is cool, huh? Yeah, it's your fault that happened. What happens when this little kid goes and tells one of these adults, hey, something happened to me weird. A guy was acting weird with me. They're just going to sit there and freaking laugh at them while they stare on their freaking phones. Even the Utah Attorney General said something about that in her videos, how adults are on their phones all the time, and that allows the predators to get the little kids. Stuff on the internet. Now you just see and the parents are just giving more attention to the dogs. This woman has her arm around the dog. This woman right here, she should kick that dog off of that little kid. She's just sitting there, blah blah blah, hee hee ha ha. And finally the kid makes it into there. And so if they're doing it right now in this video, this is just how they live all the time. This dad is over here staring at the phone. He had to block the dog from jumping up in these kids' face. These kids don't feel secure. If this kid or this kid wants to walk into the kitchen to get a glass of water, they're already going to be nervous because they know this humping, horny dog is going to try to jump on top of them, and they know that whoever this is, Uncle Dum Dum, Aunt Sally McDodo Face, and is this supposed to be their big brother right here? He's not going to do anything for them when they're in danger by being humped by a dog. So it's the same thing out in society. They meet an abusive person that is doing something bad to them. They're made to feel like they're doing something wrong. Don't let that dog do that to you. Yet, I bet if that kid right there, let me just rewind this for a minute. This really irritates me. This is all over YouTube. If this kid right here would have stood up and took his hand and smacked that dog nice and hard, I bet all these adults would have got up and been like, don't you hurt that dog, that's dog abuse, oh, a dog hater. Yet they're going to yell at that kid and say, don't let that dog do that to you. You're the one that put that kid in a house with the dog. You're the adult. You're supposed to help the kid, not blame the kid. And that's what happens with all these child predator cases and stuff. The kid gets blamed at first, like, oh, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that, you should have known better. No, as the parents, you should put your damn phone down and take care of your kids, not allow a dog to hump on your kid. These child predators, they know that this is how stupid these parents are. They know that they can walk up with a dog and be like, oh, haha, that's just what they do, they just hump and bark. Do you want to get in my van and help me give him some food? Yeah. All of these child predators and sex traffickers, they see you dumbass parents allowing your kids to be treated like this with your dogs, and you are a huge part of the problem. The child predators, they are sick, but they're scooping up kids that are treated like this. Your house is supposed to be a safe place for your kids, where they can sit on the couch, they can play on the floor. They shouldn't have to be nervous. They shouldn't have to be learned helplessness knowing that these adults won't take care of them.